Diolch. 12 months ago, I had a short debate on the alleged sexual abuse of young boys in Llandrindod Wells School for the Deaf. This happened in the 1950s after a constituent of mine, Cedric Moon, brought it to my attention. And we've now reached the stage where one of the victims has been awarded legal aid and a letter has gone to Rhondda and Taff, the successor authority, seeking compensation for the sexual abuse suffered, and that's gone in the last few weeks. Can I ask for a statement from the Welsh Government about how these sort of injustices are righted and about how any ways that there could be to minimise the legal costs and the stress for people who are now older, who are vulnerable and who wish to make claims going back decades, or may not wish to make a claim, may just wish for an acknowledgement or an apology?
Yes, the member raises a hugely important point, and I know in her short debate the issues arising from the book and so on were very comprehensively gone through. I think the Cabinet Secretary at the time, the late Card Sargent, went through all of the actions at that time that we've taken both to learn from past abuse and to act to ensure we prevent similar mistakes reoccurring. I think it's enough to say that we're continuing to be vigilant and putting listening to children at the heart of our policy, practice and guidance. We're determined that children should have a voice. Even if they're adults now, they should have the voice that they should have had when they were children at the time. And we want to continue to emphasise the duty to report children at risk and the duty to report adults at risk are intended to ensure that any safeguarding concerns about children or adults are reported and properly investigated. I understand that one of her constituents has legal aid to take the matter forward, and I'm very pleased to hear that. And that's to take the matter forward against the successor authority. So there are legal arrangements in place to make sure that an authority continues to hold the legal responsibility for the things that have happened in the past. I think she raises that it's an important point. It's not for us to comment on individual cases, but it is something that we can look at when we look at general access to justice issues across the piece in Wales, which have been considerably undermined by the Tory cuts to legal aid and the access to justice issues that we're all aware of. I think it would be really interesting to talk to the member outside of the chamber about some of the issues specifically raised and to see if there are very specific things we ought to put in place to ensure that people do get the very best advice when taking these things forward.